In today's video, I want to talk a little bit about how AI is impacting artists. And I need to do a little disclaimer that I'm not a lawyer. So when I talk about copyright and anything that has to do with legal information, I can't give you any professional legal advice. This is just my opinion, and this is my perspective of what's going on in the marketplace.
So can AI replace artists?
So AI cannot create copyrighted work. Even if AI is able to create art, it cannot make copyrighted art because AI is not a human. Right now, the way copyright law works, you need to be a human and have human authorship of a work in order to copyright it. It can create designs, but those designs won't have as high of a market value compared to work that is created by original artists. So big brands out there, even with AI being available, still pay real artists to make designs. And they prefer to do that because the designs are protected by copyright. So companies like TJ Maxx, Hobby Lobby, just big retail stores that sell products with art and also wall decor, they've tried selling AI art, and they've also tried selling art made by real artists. And the feedback that I've gotten from talking to an art licensing agency is that the licensing agent heard back from the retailer that the AI art that the retailer tested, Hobby Lobby did test selling AI generated art pieces, and it actually did not sell as well as art created by real artists. A retailer cares about their bottom line, and if they are trying to sell a product that doesn't sell as well, they're not going to be as interested in that compared to real work that sells better.
How can they tell it's AI art though?
Well, there's a couple things. So if a company is selling an art piece, let's just talk about wall decor, like really big wall decor. If a company is selling wall decor and they don't list the artist's name with it, they don't have a section on their website where they list their artists, that's a red flag, because anything that is creative work, there should be an artist's name associated with it. The other thing is the errors. So AI does weird things, like it will mess up animals in some way that just isn't what a real artist would do. And also it likes to use the smudge tool kind of look where there's like weird edges are smudged and things like that. That's just not something that, those kinds of errors are not the level of quality that a real designer or artist would create as an end product and pass it off to a retailer to pass it off to a licensing agent or sell a finished good to a retailer looking like that.
What if I use it just like a little bit? Like, you know how Adobe has it built in? Like, can I just use it a little bit?
Well, so this is where copyright, like there's kind of an erosion of copyright and it's a gray area. So going back to like the way copyright law works, you need human authorship. So the more that you use AI, the less your end work will be protected by copyright. And also every time that you use AI, it depends how you're using it. Like if you're giving it prompts to copy somebody else's work, you can run into copyright infringement because you told AI to copy someone else's work and that was art piracy. So it depends like how you use it. If you're using it just to tweak your work a little bit, then your work is like a blend of a little bit copyright protected, but not fully. And this is why it's like a gray area and a lot of designers and artists are unsure. We don't have, I'm not a lawyer. I can't give you a nuanced answer on this. And we also haven't seen the Supreme Court rule on giving us like specifics on kind of like in between blended designs that are part artist made and part AI made. So the short answer is we don't 100% know, but it still doesn't have as strong of a market value of just the artist made something and can prove that it's copyright protected and there's enough human authorship in it. Adobe made a claim saying that it's safe to use generative AI with the generative fill because they're pulling from royalty-free images. But regardless of, whether royalty-free images are used or not, you need to be thinking for yourself, does my work need to be protected by copyright? If you want something that's protected by copyright, you need to think about how much AI you're using. If it doesn't matter to you, then maybe it's safe, but you kind of need to think about what you want from it and be careful how you use it if you want to retain your copyright.